What's up, y'all? I'm Alan Hain, the Lawn Care Nut. Thanks for coming back for yet another week. So today I'm actually gonna take you through a step-by-step program or step-by-step regimen strategy on how to take your lawn from this to this in just about 2 weeks. And yes, you can do this starting right now. You see, my ultimate goal here is to give you the confidence to step out and take action. It's actually not that complicated to take a lawn and rejuvenate it and rehab it and get it looking really good, especially in the fall time. So here's our lawn. This is in Fargo, North Dakota, and this is actually a friend of mine's lawn, Anthony, who also happens to work for us here at Yard Mastery. Now, in case you're not aware, that area of the upper Midwest, they've had a really tough summer. Super dry conditions, no rain help, a lot of heat. You can see this is what all the lawns in the area look like. And Anthony actually has an in-ground irrigation system, but when it's that hot and that dry and you're getting no rain help, two things happen. Number one is municipalities enact watering restrictions, so you can't really keep up anyway. And then number two, the watering bill just gets so high that you have to make a decision and let it go. So we are taking this lawn that's been brown and dormant in the summer and rehabbing it. Okay, now there are two key factors that are contributing to our success here. Number one is the timing. Everything you do in nature requires the right timing in order to get things to turn out, especially as good as what you see here. And the timing for cool season lawns, the best time to grow a cool season lawn, Kentucky bluegrass, perennial rye, or turf type tall fescue, is spring and fall, with the fall being the very best of those two, especially if you're going to add in some grass seed, which we're gonna do. The other thing that happens in the fall is temperatures are more mild, which is what cool season grass likes. There's more rain help, and because of that, it stimulates the grass naturally to grow top and roots. And that is the second key factor here, is that you have some existing lawn. This is not a strategy that's gonna show you how to burn your lawn down with a bunch of chemicals and do it all over again. This is a strategy that takes a terrible looking lawn that has some grass existing, even if it's only a small amount, and blows it up and makes it look beautiful in just a couple weeks. So that's the second key factor, is you have to have some existing grass there, even if it's brown and dormant. All right, now before you begin any work outside, which we're gonna take you through here in a minute, you need to develop a watering plan, because one of the reasons that seeding jobs fail is lack of water. In fact, it's the number one reason why seeding jobs fail is lack of water. So you wanna get a watering plan together. You're gonna need to water at least 3 times a day for a couple, 2 or 3 weeks. You wanna be able to lay your sprinklers out so that when you push your finger down into the soil after a watering, it's wet in the top 1/2 to 1 inch of the soil. That's it. So whatever that takes, some of you might have to leave a sprinkler out for an hour to get that. Others of you might have to only leave the sprinkler out for 20 minutes to get that. It just depends, but you want to be able to get the soil wet at least 1 inch down. And with that, the night before you go to do all the work that we're about to do here, the night before that, go ahead and water the lawn. We want to go ahead and get some moisture into the soil before we begin any of this process, because that's just going to help everything to start flowing and working better from the get-go. So that's the first thing we did, is the night before we ran the zones and we ran the irrigation so that we got the top 1/2 inch of water wet, and look at it the next morning. So I had them water last night, and you can see now the soil is soft. That's just from one watering. So it just shows you think your soil's terrible and, oh, it's dry and cracked. Well, hey, just water it. It's not so bad. Just water it. All right, welcome to Seed Down Day. Let's get to work. Here's all the materials, or here's all the things that you're gonna need in order to get this strategy accomplished. As far as equipment goes, you need a lawnmower, a spreader, and a 2 or 4 gallon backpack sprayer. You also need your grass seed, starter fertilizer, liquid aeration, which is called aerate, Hydretain, mesotrione, which is a weed control we're gonna use as a pre-emergent, and then you need a seed covering. I'll give you a complete list of all of these products below, as well as a guide that gives you step-by-step instructions and a PDF that you can read to follow along with this video. All right, so step 1, go out and give the lawn a fresh cut. Number 1, that's just gonna make it look better. It's gonna make you feel better. But number 2 is you gotta realize we're gonna be throwing down some fertilizer here, and that's gonna make your existing grass grow really fast. So we wanna go ahead and give the lawn a cut so we can put off that first cut as long as possible here into the future, and go ahead and cut it 1 or 2 notches lower than normal. It's not gonna hurt it to scalp it. Now don't take it down to the ground, but just 1 or 2 notches lower, not gonna hurt it. You wanna do that again to hedge your bets, give you a little bit more time before you have to mow again. The other thing that does is it allows your seed to get down into the canopy a lot quicker, because there's less stuff there because you cut it all off. So that's the 2 reasons why you cut first. Next, we're gonna apply our grass seed, and we used an 80-20, 20% Kentucky bluegrass, 80% perennial rye. This is actually all sold out right now, but I'll give you links to some other great seed below. And as far as the spreader settings go, let me give you some information on that. This is a 50-pound bag, and if we're going to go with the rate, and the overseeding rate is 5 to 8 pounds. So actually, if we do the lower rate of 5 pounds per thousand, we can do the entire lawn with just this one bag. So I think that's what we'll do. No need to go too crazy. And actually, I'd rather go lighter on the seed because we're going to show people just how fast and good we can make the lawn look with the existing grass too. All right, so I think what we should do, you know, there isn't really a spreader setting for seed. So usually I just recommend you start fairly low and just kind of see how it goes. Take a look here. Yeah, that's not going to let very much out at all. So we'll start, yeah, you go up a little bit. Yeah, that'll work.
Okay.
Okay, brah, let's dump in half the bag to start.
Okay.
You're going to need a knife. Oh, he's got man hands. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's good for you.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, come on. Come on. Ugh. It's like those guys that used to come to your church and rip phone books in half and stuff. You know those guys? Yeah. All right.
I ain't doing it.
Yeah. Keep trying. I mean, you could keep trying if you want. Oh, finesse now. Posable thumbs.
All right.
Okay.
Half the bag?
Half the bag. Oh, beauteous Maximus. Got his edge guard on because we obviously don't want to throw up into the beds there.
No.
All right, go for it. We'll keep an eye on it. Ooh, that's a nice heavy rate. I like it. Oh yeah, that looks good.
People tend to get really hung up on the spreader setting for the seed, but you're rarely going to find a spreader setting actually on the seed bag. So what I recommend you do is only start with half the bag. This way, that's all you're risking.
How's it looking? Are you running out?
Nope.
Okay.
Start at a lower spreader setting like we do and cover the whole lawn. And then see how you did. If you came up short, then you know you need to close it down a little. If you had some left over, then you know you can open it up. And that's what we did. We put the second half of the seed in, and we opened it up a little more, and then went out and had a little fun. We also put down some extra in the thin spots, because that just makes you feel better. Plus, it's fun to sling seed in those bare spots, and then come back and see how they did later on.
Oh yeah, thin spots right here. Here, get down in here. So what you do, seriously though, you see we got a thin spot here. Now you don't want to go too bad, but you do put a little bit. See how I just supplement slightly in the thinnest areas like this. That'll make you feel better too. And really that's part of this, is we want to care about your feelings. And when you put more seed down, you just feel good. When you feel good, you get better results.
Love your philosophy.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to, gotta work on the windage.
It's like North Dakota.
Yeah, let's build houses in the middle of a wind tunnel. That's a great idea. Step 3 is starter fertilizer. Now, starter fertilizer is kind of a marketing term, but essentially what it means is that you're gonna get a little bit of everything. Nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium, it's gonna have all three of those in greater quantities, which is what the baby grass is gonna need to get off to a good start and get going. The Yard Mastery starter fertilizer also has micronutrients in it and is also spiked with Bionite, which is just like Milorganite, it's just the Florida version, so that gives the soil a little bit of a kick. We put this down at 3 pounds per 1,000 square feet. The next step is to get your backpack sprayer and get ready to start spraying and praying. Do you have any gloves for those of us with man-sized hands?
No sunscreen for me.
PPE for the head. All right, I like it.
Oh, great.
Oh. And this is 9 ounces per 1,000. And this is, since we have 10,000 square feet, so we're gonna do 2.5 fills on this. So for each fill, it's gonna be 36 ounces. Okay, there. It's really best to pour these from the side, like this. That's the proper way to do it. See that? Much cleaner. So really, because we have herbicide in here, we're not supposed to be spraying in the wind. I don't have a choice. I'm here for one day. So we're gonna do that. You probably should not spray when it's windy. You should pick, now if it's just the aerate and stuff like that, you know, it gets on your pants and on your shoes. But that doesn't hurt anything. But this does have the herbicide in there, so I should not be spraying in the wind. But again, I'm here one day. I gotta do what I gotta do.
Last step is to get your seed covering. Now you'll see here that we had some peat moss. We actually took that back. Didn't end up using it, but peat moss works fine as a covering. But I actually prefer this stuff. It actually looks like hydro seed pellets. Now we found the one that you're seeing in the video here, we found that at Ace, but it's the same thing as this, which you can get online, Greenview Seeding Success. And these little pellets, what they do is they spread out when they get wet, and it looks like the lawn was hydro-seeded. It just looks like that, but they spread out, and I think they're great because they keep things stuck in, so when you get a lot of rainstorms, it doesn't wash your seed away. We ended up spreading this over the entire lawn, but then I also put a little bit extra in those same thin spots where I put the extra seed, just to help hold things in.
You do not want these any thicker than that. These things spread out a lot and they will 100% block your seed. So definitely, you can see we supplemented this bare spot with a little extra seed, probably a little more than recommended, and we just have a few of these in here. And all I'm really doing when I see a bare spot is I'm just pitching it out there. All the rest of this is just kind of here to give a general, just add some more general stuff in there to stop the seed from moving if we get a bad downpour.
So from there, it was really down to just water, water, water. And again, after your first couple of waterings, you want to test a lot of spots in the area in your lawn. Just stick your finger down and make sure the top 1/2 to 1 inch of soil is wet. That will be enough. And you're gonna keep this watering up 3 times a day, morning, noon, and evening. And you're gonna do that for a good 3 weeks or so. People will always ask, when can I mow the lawn the first time? And the answer is, just wait as long as you can. And when you can't stand it anymore, get out and mow. We actually had this lawn mowed 1 week later. You're not gonna kill all your new grass seed. I mean, don't stomp on it on purpose. Don't look for the new grass and go and hammer on it. Try to avoid it, but you know, your lawnmower wheels are only that thick and you have tiny feet, so you'll be fine. You're not gonna kill anything. Now, we were also fortunate, as many of you will be, with the timing here. We started watering for a couple days and then they started getting rainstorms in North Dakota, which is their normal fall pattern, and that has really helped. So with that, I'm gonna go ahead and give you some more after shots. You can see the lawn turned out beautiful here. You can do this exact same thing. All this is a little bit of seed to fill in thin spots, but mostly what it is a lot of water. It's fertilizer to get the existing grass growing, and all taking advantage of nature's normal push that you're gonna get in the fall. You can see how fast a cool season lawn responds. Again, I've got everything down below for you in a PDF that you can download and read this, as well as a bunch more frequently asked questions. And please leave me comments below. Happy to talk to you through that, answer your questions down there so you can execute this strategy. And then I'd also appreciate it if you'd leave a like and share this video. I'm Alan Hain, the Lawn Care Nut. Hope this video has been helpful to you. Make sure you subscribe, and I'll see you in the lawn.